Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your timeless soulmate contract reading. I am your reader, Mark, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1999, the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal, and I was raised by a Cancerian mother, so my crab cakes, as I like to call you, are very near and dear to my heart. Let's get down to business. My definition of a soulmate contract is different than a lot of what's out there, different than a twin flame. Even that definition seems to be radically different from what's floating around on the internet and has been apparently elsewhere for centuries. So I did a little video about it the other day. A preface to these readings. It's the first thing in the description box. If you want to pause this, go watch that if you're unfamiliar. It is based on the work of Matt Kahn, a spiritual teacher. He's got a YouTube channel, Matt Kahn All for Love, using his healing mantra deck in these readings, as well as there are other links in the description box, some from me and the video that I saw from him in 2018 called Soul Contracts, Twin Flames and Soulmates Redefined. It's more of a fifth dimensional point of view. Definition, if you like, I would go check it out anyway. It's a lot healthier, and I think if people could adopt that point of view, that definition, there'd be a lot less stress over these soul contracts in general. That said, let's talk about you. We are doing essentially a 19 card reading here. I'm not really doing extendeds for this one, but I am saying if somebody wants to go deeper into these, just tell me which video or videos you watched so I can catch a little bit of the vibe, and then we will, take that into consideration and then start from scratch, see where you are in your happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying, romantic soulmate contract, which are the ones that most of us have been working on lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. The new definition really says that the foundation of a soulmate contract is that you help each other heal through quantum entanglement. It's just how it's set up in this lifetime with another soul, and you've probably traveled with them before in other lives, and you have more than one. You can have thousands of soulmate contracts, friends, family members, etc., but we are looking at the romantic ones in particular. Now, you don't have to worry about the divine feminine, divine masculine thing on this, because my Cancerians, you're going to be on this side. Your soulmate partner is going to be on this side, and in the center will be called what's called the state of the contract. I was raised by a lawyer, so I understand what is the state of the contract right now. Like, is everybody doing what they're supposed to be doing? And I'm going to be using the decks of cards that I usually work with, although we are adding in the brand new Blessed Be Oracle from Lucy Cavendish as last card down. They've been lovely. So let's get up in this gig. It's a general read. You know all of that. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And yeah, all the decks that I read are always in the bottom of the description box, along with some other really cool links as mentioned before. Even some of my Vimeo stuff is on there if you want to go take a class of one kind or another. And I'm going to be teaching again on the road. I got my shot in the arm. I have some offers to do some traveling, but I think I'm going to start on Long Island. That's where I live, Long Island, New York. So kind of excited to be doing these and taking clients and all that jazz. Enough about me. Let's talk about you. Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I will do the same to give you the clarity, guidance, and grace that I can about this particular soulmate contract. Please take a nice deep breath. Okay. Oh, that felt good. All right, and we're going to start with the Caroline Myss archetype deck. As I call upon my pantheons, my collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters of soulmate contract law, and the higher selves of all involved, fifth dimension and above, eighth chakra and above. Please, I need 3 cards for the eighth chakra dynamic in this Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract that we're going to have on the table here. First one for my Cancerian. What's going on in their eighth chakra here? their soulmate partner, whether they know each other or not, and state of the contract, please. Now, these are already obviously written in the title, so let's see how brave you are, because some people are like, oh, I don't like that word. But do understand, archetypes are neutral. No matter what it sounds like, good or bad, that's pretty good. Well, we'll see. Well, as lovely as it sounds, is as toxic as it is, and vice versa. It's interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Actually, we've got you as the Midas miser archetype. It's one of those archetypes where both the lead and the gold are given different names, which is helpful. And your partner is the Don Juan. Oh boy, wild card family archetype. And so this is creative family archetype, wild card family archetype. I know you'd think Don Juan would be masculine family, but it's not. And the storyteller archetype for the state of the contract. So be careful of the stories you're telling yourself, along as well as stories that you may be hearing. Although the light side of these are really powerful, usually in soulmate contracts, in order for the timing to go down, sometimes we fall back on old experiences, the stories that we tell ourselves, right? So let me read you what's on here. The Midas miser is very, very powerful, particularly over this past year. A lot of people, what do they say? Making a silk purse out of a sow's ear, right? Using what you have to turn things to gold. But the shadow attribute can be incredibly toxic. Hoarding money and emotions. Obsessive fear of losing your wealth, and that can be obsessive fear of losing emotional control if you consider that to be of high value here. I mean, this is a Cancerian I'm reading for. By the way, roles can flip-flop here. You take that as it resonates. I just got to call this one the Cancer so I can keep my mind straight on this. And that's what you're helping each other heal here, one way or the other, whichever side you're on. But the light attribute, the healthy part that you're actually trying to get to here, entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold, delight in sharing one's riches. So it's withhold, hoard, if you will, or alchemize, turn things into gold, and generosity, right? So that feels really lovely. It's just I'm aware the fears that can come up because of past trauma, that we may want to kind of hold on to things, even things that may not be the healthiest in the world for us. The Don Juan, like I said, wild card family. The wild card family is really interesting. There are archetypes that don't fit in the other 8. There are 9 families total. And so the shadow attribute, using the power of romantic attraction for private agenda, which is not good. That's like pretending to be attracted to somebody to get something that you want. Right? That's seduction. But the light attribute spotlights your positive, seductive qualities. So, you know, already I'm kind of feeling this is very divine feminine on this side, divine masculine on this side, but you got to feel that out for yourself. Because the state of the contract is the storyteller. And, you know, the storyteller is lovely in its light. But in its shadow, making up tales that harm others, including yourself. I'm going to throw that in there. And that's going on both sides. In other words, this is you, this is them, and this is the both of you in the state of the contract where you are. But the light attribute, the ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. Like, for instance, looking at a soulmate contract as part of the path of true love, or the hero's journey, or your healing journey, right? Everybody on that, a character in the story of your growth and development, your ascension, your healing, whatever you want to call that. So a pretty interesting thing here. It's just, the thing is that through the quantum entanglement of soulmate contracts, the more you heal you, the more they're going to heal. And the more they heal, the more you are. And that's why you don't even need to know who each other are. I'm gonna do a video on the meditation that I do to connect with whoever my true soulmates are in the 5th dimension, right? So that I can commune and communicate with them. It's just I need the time to actually do that. I'm not going to script it. I'm just going to do what I do and talk people through it. So if you're interested, comment, because it's something that I've been doing for a while in different ways, shapes, and forms throughout the years, Because at this point, I don't care who shows up. Whoever shows up, though, what I call my king's candidates, whoever's going to show up is going to have to be really honorable. Sorry, no pages, no knights. I want a queen, a king, or an emperor. Because I'm pretty much rocking the Empress right now. I have literally have my yoga mat rolled up right behind me on my lower back. All I need is a torch or a wand or a lit cigarette in my hand. All right, let's do this. Daughters of the Moon Tarot. This is all 8th chakra stuff that's hovering up here. Think of it as the energy that is influencing everything else in your chakra system. The star center, the soul center, it's been called. This is going to be heart, throat, third eye, crown, the psychological dynamic, the world behind your eyes, your feminine energy, because everybody's got masculine and feminine energy. Heart, throat, third eye, crown dynamic. Please take a nice deep breath. As I call to my beloved goddesses of water in the sign of Cancer, for me they are Hestia, Hera, and Hecate, the triple H, the Virgin, the Queen, and the Crone. Please, I need 3 cards. Psychological dynamic, heart, third eye, crown for this Cancerian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying, soulmate, contract, read, timeless whenever they're watching it. So please, for the Cancerian with the Midas Miser in the 8th, for their romantic soulmate partner with the Don Juan. I mean, spotlights their positive seductive qualities. That's lovely. And for the state of the contract read with that Storyteller. And the vibe on these, as these cards are even going on them, are slowly shifting up to that more golden light, healthier part of this, because I feel like someone's really been doing the emotional healing work. I'm going to think it's the Cancerian, but what's the heart, throat, third eye, crown dynamic on that? Oh, well. All right, got 1 major arcana card, but a lot of swords. Otherwise, thankfully, Daughters of the Moon Tarot is rather gentle with these. So, my Cancerian, Midas Miser, in the 8th, you've got Chokhmah, the 8 of Blades. Decisions. You've got major decisions going on in your life right now. Could be in a relationship, not with this Don Juan archetype here, could be as well. But of course they're showing me the Rider-Waite card of blindfolded and bound. You know, the 8 of Swords, right? But Chokhmah is an Israeli, I believe an Israeli, I don't want to say Middle Eastern, but I'm pretty sure it's Israeli goddess of the desert winds. Imagine being dropped down into the center of a desert. Can't see anything different in any direction. So which decision do you make? Now, it is only an 8. It's not a major arcana card here. This is something you're going through, but we're looking at throat chakra dynamic willpower here. Spit, swallow, or chew. People laugh at that, but it really is. Sometimes you need to spit out what you need to say. Sometimes you need to swallow it because it's not the time, and sometimes you need to chew on it to take off those the edges of that jagged little pill. But definitely there is a lack of communication at this point, at least in terms of you not knowing what to say. So there might be a little bit of this hoarding of emotions here, or at least perhaps the hoarding of how you really feel about something. I don't know. The vibe I'm getting off this is that this is really not about this person. If you are in a relationship in some way, shape, or form, you might be making a decision to walk away from that, or to take what has gone on before you and alchemize it into gold. Because the soulmate contracts right now are really, really needed. The planet needs more love. It needs to anchor love into form. Heaven on earth, whatever you want to call it. The great work, so to speak, if you want to take it from that place. I think it was Golden Dawn stuff there. Just came out my mouth. So let's look at this Don Juan in the 8th chakra. It got the Empress. Now this is somebody who definitely inside of themselves has a very, very strong feminine energy. And I don't mean female, I do mean feminine. A strong internal sense of fertility, an open heart, very nurturing, usually considered the wife or the mother card. We're going to not deal with gender there and really instead look at this as a full potential. I do agree that the Empress is the amalgamation, or if you like, the combination of all the queens in the zodiac. So there is something very strong, very fertile, and very creative here as well. With that Don Juan archetype, it's an interesting juxtaposition of, I'm not going to say bodily gender energies, but definitely Don Juan means Father Juan. And then you got the mother on the inner. So interesting. Something gestating here, something growing within them, but it feels loving. That's why I'm not getting that, like, that sort of, that they're lying or about their love and attraction for you. That's not how this works in a soulmate contract, right? But with the state of the contract here, the Storyteller, got the Ten of Blades, the rattle, and this is not about betrayal in this deck at all, and that's not the energy on this. This is about mental resolution, all the pieces of the puzzle coming onto the table. The name of the card, right, it's called the Rattle, the Ten of Blades. It's the passing of the talking stick, so that every member of the tribal council gets to speak. And if you're holding the stick, you get to speak. Everybody else has to listen. You pass that on. You have to listen while the other person speaks. This does feel like there's some revelations coming here and some truth about some stories that have gone on here that might have been harmful before, but it feels like either through diligence or through deep introspection, there's more information going on here. Heart, throat, third eye, crown. You both know more than you did before. And the vibe of generosity that I'm getting here, like, this person is obviously seductive, but with that Empress card inside of them, I am not getting a icky, controlling, manipulative vibe here. I feel like there might even be some empathic bleed through here. That would make sense in a soulmate contract, where you're sort of picking up on that love and you're starting to kind of do your own alchemy. In other words, there's a generosity here that this Midas miser archetype, you're still making that decision if you want in on this. Or if you want out, right? Like in the desert, decisions are different than choices. A choice has a consequence. They all do. Remember, what does Carolyn May say? You breathe out choice, you breathe in consequence, right? It's just that automatic energetically. But a decision is life-changing because, you know, if you go the wrong direction in the desert, you're going to die, right? So I don't feel like there's I feel like there's a lot of emotion here on the Cancerian side. Again, remember, this can flip-flop because this sort of makes more sense for the Cancerian. But because of the seductive quality of the Empress doesn't chase nobody. The Empress sits back and says, you come to me, right? That could be very magnetic, very seductive, rather than pursuant. It is seductive, draws towards. What's this look like on the outside? Mythic Tarot, please take a nice deep breath. My gods of water in the sign of Cancer, please. I need 3 cards to clarify what this looks like on the outside. From the outside looking in, or some aspect of the physical world here in this Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Happy, healthy, wealthy, wise. Intimate, sexual, satisfying, soul mate contract, dealing with the root, sacrum, and the solar plexus, the physical world, the yang world, their physical power, their survival intuition. For this Midas miser on this side with the 8 of Blades, heart, throat, third eye, crown. We've got the Don Juan here for their partner with the Empress, Mawu on the inside, literally giving birth on the card here on the back of an elephant. Something definitely gestating emotionally. Some creative intuition going on there. Second level of power, personal level of power. What's that look like on the outer, please? And state of the contract, the Storyteller with the rattle. Some sort of mental resolution, like you both come to it at the same time, that full circle. Something is understood. Everybody has had their voice heard. All the information's on the table. What's that look like? Root, sacrum, solar plexus, physical dynamic. Oh boy. Okay. So, with the Ace of Wands in the physical, because this is a general read, this is definitely the desire to start again. This is definitely the want, the will, the choice. to pick this thing back up again. And the vibe on this, if you're in the Eight of Blades and you're not, you're in that, I gotta make a decision. This is literally either you the decision to reach out to them, or they are reaching out to you, and you're like, I don't know. I don't know, because this is going to change everything. And if you haven't met each other, then whatever you're resolving here has to do with past relationships, but there's just as much energy here to say that you two have danced together. You'll see when we get to them. Because, again, the Don Juan in the 8th, Empress, Heart, Third Eye Crown. I got the Death card, Hades. Massive transformation going on for them. It is the Phoenix, right? Rising from the ashes. This does feel more like rising from than going to. So if you two, if you figured out who this is in your life, you have someone in mind, and you haven't been in touch with them for a while, know that their whole life has gone through a massive death transformation. They're not the same people, at least in their externals, as they used to be. So maybe they were that shady shadow Don Juan before, but I don't think they are anymore. I think they've had a great deal, well, of loss of what once was, but it has been transformed into something else. And by the way, to me, the Death card is a major card of alchemy, because transformation, alchemy, takes heat, takes time, and takes pressure, right? Lead to gold. So interesting dynamic here, of course, for the Cancerian reads. Why wouldn't it be? So that's what I feel like this Ten of Blades here is. Some clarity comes in, at least I'm going to say intuitively or through communication. But you got the Eight of Pentacles on that. So hard work being put in. I feel like both sides. I feel like if that work in the physical world, maybe you met through work, maybe you didn't, but that to really look at the stories, both of your stories in the past, like who you were, how you met, like all of that. Because sometimes in looking at the stories, you see the work that you've both put in individually in your own individual lives that have brought you together into this place. I do feel like there are some issues here that need to be worked out. Every relationship has that, even soulmate contracts. But the beauty is that whatever transformation you've gone through, if they are approaching you, they are coming brand fresh and new, with a whole new intention, or this is you really being pulled by their seduction to even just say hi. And it's a sword hi. I mean, it's not a page, it's an ace. So definitely a new beginning here. It's very much like the Gemini read I just did, except they had the Ace of Pentacles right here in the state of the contract on the outside. Whispers of Love Oracle, the voices of the higher self. And I guess I'm just feeling more the Cancerian here with that Eight of Swords. Like I'm picking up on that. It's just like, it's almost like a spinning vibe, right? It's like looking in a 360 direction. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. But action is going to be taken here, or at least the desire to is in play. Breathe. Higher selves of all involved, please. 3 whispers of love oracle here. What are the pieces of information, inspiration, or insight needed in this Cancerian collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying, soulmate, romantic contract. Timeless here. First for this Cancerian, Midas, Miser in the 8th. 8 of Blades, Chokhmah, Decisions, Heart, Third Eye Crown, Ace of Wands, Root, Sacrum, Solar Plexus. Either they're initiating this, or Don Juan is coming into their field and initiating this. Could be a brand new person. This could be a brand new person, really, if you read it that way. Higher selves of all involved. What's the message for that Don Juan? Empress on the inner, Death on the outer. Major arcana going on here. Should lead me to think they're coming to you brand new. Again, only you know your story, right? With the Storyteller. State of the contract here. 10 of Blades. The rattle, right? Reconciliation, at least mentally reconciling the story. But with 8 of Pentacles, this has not been an easy journey for either one of you. What is the whisper of love for them, please? current moment whenever they are watching this, the whisper of love. 1, 2, 3. Okay. You've got be supportive, right? Now, I do think this has to do with you being supportive of yourself in a time when you are unsure about a decision. Now, to me, the Lover's card is the card of the major life-changing decision. This is a mental thing. And that's why the stories that are involved here could be influencing this, right? About whether you are generous or not, right? About whether you want to kind of dwell in the lead of a situation or do the work alchemizing it into gold. Be supportive. Make a genuine effort to show you care. And with that information, that might just be, hey, I just want to know, are you okay? Like if you're aware of what they are going through, maybe you haven't been until you watch this reading, but I'm going, right? So outer death leading to inner birth or rebirth. I mean, I don't know if you can see the card, but literally baby coming out of her. Just saying. I didn't do the art, but I love this deck. Been reading it since I'm 19 years old. Not the first version of it, obviously. That one's in a drawer, so to speak. So they've got to appreciate this moment. Like where they are right now is very, very key. Appreciate this moment. Each and every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love. And I feel like that's what happened. Something in their life just died and was reborn. It could have been their career, it could have been a marriage, it could have been anything. But they really can appreciate where they are right now. I feel like the alchemy is just about done there. From lead to gold, really bringing out more of their positive, seductive qualities, right? Like sometimes somebody's innocence, and I just don't mean like innocence versus guilty, but like their open-heartedness can be very seductive, right? Their defenselessness. Course in Miracles says, in my defenselessness, my safety lies, but it's not the kind of defenselessness people think. It's about not always planning ahead and anticipating everything, just to kind of like walk in and like a child would. That could be very, very seductive to a Cancerian, I would imagine, right? Someone who's really just coming and saying, look, if I fucked up, I'm so sorry, but I went through all of this stuff and it couldn't happen any other way. So appreciate this moment for them. What we've got going on here, definitely there's going to be some movement. Storyteller in the 8th, 10 of Blades on the inner, 8 of Pentacles on the outer, and actions speak loudly. Express your love through your actions. So action's going to be taken here. I can't really tell in a general reading who's going to make the first move, because this Ace of Wands for you, Cancerian, if this is who you are, the impetus is there, the desire is there. But are you hoarding or not? It feels like it could be them as well. But also, I gotta say, if they're still reconstituting themselves from the ashes, like rising from those ashes, and you really want to be supportive, feels like you at least reach out, right? At least say, hey, I just wanted to know how you are, and use that word want, right? Because that's the element of fire, what you yearn for, what you burn for. And, okay, I hear you there. I see what you're showing me here. This is Zeus issuing the quest for the return of the Golden Fleece. So it's the beginning of a quest. And so action is going to be taken here. But then again, doesn't that matter about the stories that are going on? Make sure the resolution is there, because this is the beginning of some physical growth and work, and really saying, that's it, let's work on this. Whatever went before, let's work on this. Let's have a heart-to-heart talk here. Let's lay our cards on the table, which is another good way of saying that card of the rattle. Like, here's all the deets. Here's all the information here to resolve this. Does this feel like betrayal? No. And I never felt that was a fair interpretation of the Ten of Swords anyway. It just means the end of a mental cycle, one that might be exhausting, but as always in the distance is that rising sun peeking through the clouds. All right, seems to be going very fast, this reading. So let's keep going. The Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck, the voices of the Ascended Masters of Soulmate Contract Law. Please take a nice deep breath. All right. No matter what these mantras are or where they fall, you can use all three of them, and you can actually put them together in a paragraph. They're really cool. Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, this is even confusing for me. My extended Masters of Soulmate contract, please. What's going on here? What are the perfect healing mantras here for all involved in this Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign? Happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, timeless. Happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying, romantic soulmate contract for the Cancerian on this side, with the Midas miser in the 8th. 8 of Blades on the inner, Ace of Wands on the outer. Be supportive from their higher selves. Make a genuine effort to show you care. An effort is needed here. There had to have been bad blood or something between the two of you, though. But I think if you get the death that they've gone through, maybe you know about it. This is like, hey, man, how can I support? What do you need? How can I be supportive here? So what is their perfect healing mantra for that? Just not even going to look at it. For them, the Don Juan, Empress on the inner, Death on the outer, and appreciate this moment that there's really something worthy. Like they very much accomplished something here, right? That each and every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love, and it feels like that's what's going on here. So what's their perfect healing mantra? And for the state of the contract itself, Storyteller in the 8th, 10 of Blades on the inner, 8 of Pentacles on the outer. A lot of resolution here, a lot of thinking that suddenly makes sense. That final piece comes into position, showing the larger picture here. And actions speak loudly, expressing love through your actions. What's their perfect healing mantra? Now, you can work all 3 of these, even if it's, if you're cross-watching, you can do the Midas Miser one here, because it's all going to help everyone heal. All right, expressing free will for our Cancerian here. My choices determine how brightly I shine. Now, just got to say, this was in the Gemini read. This was the center state of the contract mantra here. So, isn't it funny? My choices determine how brightly I shine, right? From lead to gold with the Midas Miser, and a decision that you have to make here, and really with issuing forth this new beginning. And it is passionate, but it also feels very caring. It feels, if you are aware of the death transformation they're going through, maybe now that you might know that for the first time, it's like, oh, I'm so sorry, what can I do to help? Because the love is here. That's given in a soulmate contract read. It's just, it might not be the right time yet. So being supportive, expressing free will. My choices determine how brightly I shine. So you could really hold maybe you're carrying a torch for this person. It definitely looks like a torch there. But it could be holding a torch, holding up a light for them, shining brightly through your choices, using of your own free will. What you are guided to do here. For them, they have amplifying abundance. Abundance is my birthright, and I receive it now. It is a great mantra. Just remember, abundance is not always about physical material things. But come on, the Empress is the symbol of abundance, right? In and of itself, the great mother, right? The mother of all. From her all things proceed, and unto her all things return. From womb to tomb. And it feels like they're going from tomb to womb, right? That there is it's almost like a whole new, it's like their ego went through ego death, and their soul is radiating. That unconditional love is radiating here as a result, and they are receiving that abundance. And yes, absolutely, that could be depicted physically as well. And for the state of the contract, again, we got that Storyteller. I think you're going to like this. This Storyteller with 10 of Blades on the inner, 8 of Pentacles on the outer. Actions speak loudly while you both embrace worthiness. I feel worthiness filling every cell of my body, and it feels amazing. Call it the Thor card, but she says incredible. I corrected myself on that. So look, you're both going to embrace each other here, as you have embraced yourself, of being worthy of this having another shot if you have had, let's say, toxic dances before. And by the way, soulmates don't necessarily mean you always get along. As I said before, in other videos at least, my mother and I have a soulmate contract. My father, God rest his soul, was a twin flame, turbulent, tumultuous, torturous, but transformative, right? It doesn't mean there aren't bumps in the road. Mom and I have not always agreed on everything. We've had our arguments, but we always return it to love. There's always that thing, I'm so sorry that we had to go through that, but I love you. How, what can I do? And it feels that way. Now, if the judgment card was on the table, I'd say, oh, a reconciliation. That would really suggest that the two of you have danced, perhaps, interestingly enough, a rather toxic tango before here with the Don Juan. But I just don't get a bad vibe off this. I mean, you know your story. But know that even if they were toxic before, this death card, they've been through it. They've been through the furnace. And they've got a lot of abundance here in some way, shape, or form. And that's interesting, too, because this Midas miser, right, entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything into gold, delight in sharing life's riches, and that can be financial. But I don't get that this is only financial. I feel like they've got an abundance of love, that they've got an abundance of appreciation, and might even be able to look back at everything that has gone before, not just for them, but if you two have danced before, that has gone before, to say, you know what? It couldn't have happened any other way. I appreciate that I had to go through this situation in order to be ready for this. Yeah, there's going to be work involved, but there's going to be a lot of clarity inside both of you. Really getting that not only are you both worthy of the love, you're both worthy of love, everybody is, but that this contract is worthy not just of the love. I mean, really, I feel worthiness filling every cell of my body, and it feels amazing, but putting this into action. So just to show you what I mean by all three, if you just take the titles, expressing free will, embracing worthiness, and amplifying abundance, then the mantras are, my choices determine how brightly I shine. I feel worthiness filling every cell of my body, and it feels amazing. And abundance is my birthright, and I receive it now. This is what's going on in this contract right now, but it feels like, again, this side of the table is the one that has to bust the move. I don't know. Maybe they're coming towards you, but you've got be supportive, make a genuine effort to show you care, yet action speaks loudly. I mean, it would be funny if you both reached out to each other at the same time, right? Oh, I have call waiting from the person I'm calling. It happens. Not a lot, but it does happen. Or you bump into each other or something, and just this begins again. Does feel very initiatory on this side that you're going to initiate it, but let's see. Yeah, we've got the Lover's Oracle. Tony Carmine Salerno's deck here, just to get from the pantheons of lovers, of all the different pantheons, right? The lovers from all of them, so figure like what? Aphrodite and Freya and Frigga and, all of that. Please take it. Isis, rah, rah, rah. Please take a nice deep breath. Okay, downloading this. This feels nice. All right. Moon's in Pisces. I'm a Pisces moon, so kind of really feeling this out more than thinking it out, maybe as usual. My pantheons of lovers, please. What are three lovers' oracles here? One for the Cancer, one for their partner, and one for the contract in this Cancerian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, romantic, sexual, satisfying, soul mate contract. We've got the Cancerian here with Midas miser, Eight of Blades, Ace of Wands, be supportive and expressing free will, their choices determining how brightly they shine. We'll just do this picture side down so I can't read what it says. For their partner with the Don Juan, the Empress on the inner, Death on the outer. Appreciating this moment with abundance being their birthright and them receiving it now. This ain't for everybody, but for somebody there was a death in their family and as a result they got some money. Or something. There's something inherited there. Definitely something came out of the ashes there for them, and that could be that abundance as well. That's not going to be for everybody, but if it's you, say so. Say, yep, that's me. I'll know what that means, or that's them, I guess. So what's their Lover's Oracle message there? And for State of the Contract, Storyteller, Ten of Blades, Eight of Pentacles, actions speak loudly. I'll take that one, didn't read it. With embracing worthiness. And it feels amazing. And I kind of get that, but it's a little muted because this hasn't, I don't feel like the action's been taken yet. But let's see. For you, my Cancer, surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and it will all work out, right? So make that choice. Do be supportive. Whatever has gone on before you, do not hoard. Step forward, right? Surrender your will to the divine, throat chakra dynamic. And know that all of this thinking is fine, but it does seem a little endless unless new information comes in. And this could be them, again, passionate invitation to you, or you reaching out to them. Again, that can play itself out both ways, as I said before. For them, reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that it will all work out for the best. Let go and it will all work out. It will all work out with the Eight of Pentacles here in State of the Contract. It will all work out. So I'm not getting the rush here, like to do this imminence. But you have the free will to do what you want, and their abundance has been amplified. So it feels like they might be a little bit more ready for this than you are, considering what they've been through. Sometimes it plays that way. So, State of the Contract, Storyteller, Ten of Blades, Eight of Pentacles, actions speak loudly, worthiness filling every cell of everybody's body here, and it feels amazing. The past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. So absolutely, the new beginning you want here, is it going to be easy peasy, lemon squeezy? Probably not. What in life ever is. The conversations that need to happen here for that Ten of Blades to really be fulfilled, right? So that there's no hidden info here anymore, right? That everything is out in the open and understood and processed within you both. There have probably been some misunderstandings here, probably because the stories like this would say, well, they're never going to talk to me again. And this one's like, I don't ever want to talk to them again. And yet, here you are. And I do feel like that has to do with other relationships that you were in as well. Aww. The past is behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. But, step by step. Nobody needs to run into things. Not after the past year and a half we've been through. Last card down. As I said, the Blessed Bee Oracle. Magical Celtic blessing cards to enrich and empower. It's the only one I'm reading from the bookie book because it's brand new and it's so beautiful. The first part of what I read is the description of it, and the second part is the blessing, and they are gorge. Please take a nice deep breath. As I call upon my collective pantheons of goddesses and gods of all cultures, of all lineages, just all y'all, please, one card in clarity. What is the blessing you would place upon this Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign? Happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract, dealing with a Midas miser and a Don Juan in a storyteller archetype. And man, there might have been lies, illusions, deceptions, and delusions from other people here. Gossip, all of that kind of crazy, harmful stuff. But they're able to really see the journey that they've been on individually, bringing them together here. Totally worth it. So please, what is the blessing you would place upon them in this soulmate contract? A blessing on a home, Cancerian. House and home, fourth house dynamic. Loving that big time. Card number 10. Opened right to it. I do need the magnifying glass for their microscopic italic first part of this. Please take a nice deep breath. I'm going to do this. I've been doing these for real. That's why I'm wearing my degree cords. I'm not affiliated with that coven anymore, but they're my vows to the gods. Thank you very much. Breathe. Yeah. The stability here. Yeah, a home in the making. Here we go. Card number 10, a blessing on a home. A blessing for a home with protective presence, a creative field within which you can thrive and be reborn night after night, day after day. Wow. Definitely on this side as well as on this side. May the walls of your home hold strong against the influences of the world outside. Within the walls and beneath the sheltering roof of your home, may you find privacy and comfort and freedom to be who you are when all about you falls away and there are no more eyes to watch you. This is lovely. May you have comfort, good food, nourishing rest, healing quiet, true friends who come and go in ways that bring you both joy and companionship. May you offer hospitality freely and gladly, and may the blessings you offer be returned in the opening of homes to you in return. May the borders of your home be protected and guarded by angels, and within its spaces may there be a place for intimacy, connection, friendships, privacy, conversations, calm, the roar of laughter, the soft fall of tears, and the quiet peace of hope. May your life take shape within your home. May there be births, and when deaths come, let them be kind ones. Let the home you create become the very essence of what home can be, and may it, in return, offer you, your body, your soul, the most nourishing of spaces between the worlds. Blessed be. Couldn't get more of a Cancerian card. I mean, look at her. Right? She's a redhead. No, I'm at Auburn. Right? But like holding a dove with a nest. This is very much the Empress card. And if you didn't catch the mirroring there, the Cancerian, house and home, fourth house dynamic, a little redundant there. But with that nurturance, it's like this person feels like home. It just does, but I don't think they used to. I think they might have been a little bit more of a sneaky, freaky deaky going on there with that Don Juan thing, sort of getting what they want only because they could, right? Private agenda there. But that might have been before they met you too, if you have not met before, you haven't met this person yet. So they really kind of work these mantras, particularly yours. My choices determine how brightly I shine. But I have to say, with the abundance that they have, they want to share it. It feels like they want to share it with you. Please take a nice deep breath. My collective pantheons of the divine, please may this Cancerian collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, romantic, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract be blessed with all that it needs. That there be entrepreneurship or creative ability to turn anything to gold, including this contract, with a delight in sharing life's riches, spotlighting the positive, seductive qualities in play here, and with an ability to experience and express life through the stories and symbols, sharing each other's stories with each other. That will really help to move through this Eight of Swords decision phase of to make the most loving, wise, empowered decision, while this abundance grows within them, feeling like home, feeling like partner, but Empress, not Queen here, so that all the pieces of the puzzle on the table can be spoken and brought out into clarity so everybody understands each other, so that they can begin again. Somebody issuing forth a passionate message of let's give this a try, or hi, who are you? Nice to meet you. Where you been all my life? While they really are still resolving and rising from the ashes of a major life transformation that they've gone through in their external world. So that this Midas Miser archetype here can be supportive, making a genuine effort to show they care, while this Don Juan is able to appreciate this moment, really getting that each and every situation they have been through has been an opportunity to grow and find love, perhaps find their love for the Midas Miser here. Where'd you go? Oh, right, because there's the Eight of Pentacles dynamic here, that this is something that is being worked on and will continue to be worked on, because actions do speak loudly. They're both getting the opportunity to express their love through their actions, not just words, which might have been the case over here on this side, so that the Cancerian can really express their free will, their choices determining how brightly they shine For the Don Juan, abundance is their birthright, and they receive it now, and they are giving birth to it as the rising from the ashes of this death transformation that they have gone through. Everyone involved here embracing worthiness, because worthiness is filling every cell of their bodies, and it feels amazing. So that the Midas Miser can surrender at times. They must surrender the old concepts, the old confusion before they can something new can enter their lives. Let go, and it will all work out. While this Don Juan might still be in reflection, giving each other space at the moment, that they can trust and have faith that once again it will all work out for the best, because for both of them the past is now behind them, that they are releasing it and embracing new possibilities. A new path is now available to them for them to follow it with faith, because there is a blessing upon their home here, both the literal physical homes as well as the emotional homes, that safety, that warmth, that protection for the soulmate contract, perhaps even buying, sharing, creating, building a home between the two of them for their well-being and for the well-being of all. So mote it be, and so it is. Lovely. Really, 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 really lovely reads. My crab cakes here. Yeah, comment. Do you know this person or not? Did they D you over before? I'm telling you, they're not the same person that they was, and you get to take this at your own speed. Just because it's an Ace of Wands doesn't mean that you have to rush right in and say or do anything, because I do feel like the onus is on you, but I wouldn't be shocked if this person is so brand new that they're just like, hey, and they reach out to you, and that puts you in that Eight of Blades. Let go, it will all work out, but express your free will, because your choices determine how bright you shine. I hope you liked it. If you did, thumbs up. You want more, subscribe. You want to read my book, Words of Grace, $9.99 USD on Kindle. Links in the description box. And certainly if you want to book me for a reading, find me on Angelo Lyons on Facebook, Holbrook, Long Island, at ProfWitch, W-A-T-C-H on Twitter, on Instagram, Angelo Lyons. Slide into my DMs because my spam filter is insane right now, unless we've already communicated. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and wishing you all the very best and the very blessed in this soulmate contract. May the odds be ever in your favor, my darlings. Hail. Farewell. Cakes, and blessed be.